Hello, this is Sandro Forte, and apologies, I'm looking a little bit tired today, but that's because I've not long got off a flight to the wonderful Montreal in Canada. So I'm going to come back in a moment as to why I'm recording this message to you now, but it'll all make sense when we get to box number 6. So what I'm going to share with you today is probably one of my favorite goal setting ideas. It's called the 7-day sprint. If you've ever heard me speak anywhere before, or if you've attended a masterclass, you'll have seen it, so this is a reminder. If you haven't, then listen up, because this one will transform the way you approach and ultimately achieve goals. So what I'd like you to do, if you could, is to jot down on a piece of paper or on any other kind of device, a tablet for example, and just simply draw or sketch out a rectangle. It needs to be large enough to write some things into the 6 boxes that you're now going to create out of that rectangle. Ideally, a horizontal line dividing the rectangle into a top and bottom section, and 2 vertical lines dividing therefore the rectangle into 6 squares, three along the top and 3 along the bottom. In very small letters, I'd like you to write the word mess, M-E-S-S, in the top left-hand box. You are going to write something else in that box, so those letters need to be very, very small. And in the bottom right-hand box, write the word me, M-E, and we'll come back to that in a moment. And then, therefore, you're going to leave the other boxes 2, 3, 4, and 5 blank. What I'd like you to do in the top left-hand box, the mess box, is to think of something in your life right now that messes with your head. So it's a very small, insignificant job, one of those jobs you've been meaning to get around to doing for absolutely ages, and you've never quite done it because it's such a small, insignificant, do anytime kind of job, but because it's so small, you've never done it. Changing the light bulb, changing the batteries at the remote control, filing some paperwork, tidying a drawer. Those are the jobs that we come across all of the time, and they drive us crazy because we're always going to do them tomorrow, except tomorrow never comes. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you jot down one of those mess items in the top left-hand box. In the bottom right-hand box, you're going to write something down that rewards you for achieving your goals. So right now, I am enjoying a brunch in Montreal in the sunshine. That's the reward for achieving my goals during the course of the next 7 days. So, or in the previous 7 days, I should say. So in boxes 2, 3, 4, and 5, you're going to write down other goals, 4 other goals, quite simple, easy to achieve, that you are going to set out to achieve in the next 7 days. So there might be something simple, something you've learned from the masterclass, or you heard at a conference, or read in a book, or the promise you made to a member of your family to spend some time with them, reading a book to your children, a bedtime story, for example. Quite small, easy to achieve goals. So you're going to write in box number 1, the mess item, that's a compulsory one. 2, 3, 4, and 5, the blank boxes are entirely discretionary, and box number 6 will be the reward box. And I'm going to give you a challenge to achieve those 5 goals and then reward yourself within the next 7 days. That's why it's called a 7-day sprint. But of course, not many of us can sprint for 7 days. So if you are really serious about success, a question I've asked many times before, then you might look to achieve your goals in 5 days or 3 days, or dare I say, even 1 day. And what we're going to do is train the subconscious part of our brain to get into the habit of checking those boxes, a checkbox mentality to make sure we constantly move in a forward direction. Alternatively, or in addition to that, you could maybe increase the number of boxes from 6 to 9 to 12 and so on. So give it a go, get into the habit of checking those boxes and see what a difference it makes to your goal setting.